Hi, my name is Roxy and I want to welcome to my channel. Today I will show you how to make this very beautiful and simple sweater for spring. Look how beautiful it is with this variegated yarn, and I think it's perfect for spring. The sleeve, it's a short sleeve. The stitch that I use is double crochet and puff stitch for the sweater and for the bottom of the sweater, for the collar, and also at the finish of the sleeve I use front post double crochet and back post double crochet. This sweater can be adapted to any size, so don't matter what size you have. If you want to make it, you can do it. The crochet that I use is 2.5 millimeters and the yarn is Alize cotton gold. Each skein has here meters and yards, and for this sweater I use almost 3 for this ivory color, okay? And my model has S size, okay? And for the variegated yarn I use 1.5 at this variegated yarn. See? And if we want to use the same, the code is 3304, and also it is Alize cotton gold batik. Okay, so for variegated yarn is Alize cotton gold batik. But it's your choice how colors you want to use. You can use only one color, but I want to be more beautiful with this variegated yarn, and I like it exactly how it is. So don't matter what size you have, you can make it for a child, for an adult, and if you have XXXL you can do it, okay? Because we begin at the top and then we work until we obtain the space for the arms, and then we continue until we obtain the length. It is very, very simple. And let's begin. For this sweater, you need to measure the circumference of your head. The circumference is measured all around the head, above the ears and eyebrows. In my case, for example, my model has 56 centimeters the circumference, and I chain until I have almost 49 centimeters. So the circumference minus 6-7 centimeters, and I chain 108 stitch plus 4, because this plus 4 stitch is for the corners 1, 2, 3 and 4. The number that you chain must be a number who can be divided by 2, and also the number for the front and back, left and right, must be a number who also can be divided by 2. And the difference between front and back, left and right, must be 6 stitch. Okay, so for the shoulders I have 24, and for the back and the front I have 30 stitch. So it doesn't matter how many centimeter or inch you have at the circumference. The calculation is make exactly the same. But this is only in my case with the yarn that I use and also with the crochet. And after you finish to chain, you join with slip stitch into the first chain. Okay, and now we begin to make the first corner. Chain 2, 1, 2. The chain 2 is count as 1 double crochet, and into the same stitch make 1 double crochet, chain 1, and also into the same stitch 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, and this is the first corner. And now you make the number of stitch that you need for the shoulders. So always begin with the number for the shoulders part, okay? And you make double crochet in every stitch and make so many stitch you need for the shoulders part, okay? So make double crochet in every stitch. I work until I make, in my case, 24 double crochet, and then I will show you how to continue. I finish this part for the shoulders, and now it's time to make the next corner. Into the next stitch make 2 double crochet, 1, 2, chain 1 and 2 double crochet into the same stitch. This is the corner number 2. 1, 2. And now you continue to make double crochet that you need for the front side. Into the next stitch make the corner as I show you. Then make double crochet the number that you need for the shoulders part. Then make the last corner and then continue with the number that you need for the back side. After you finish, I will show you how to join and how to begin the next row. I almost finished the first row, and my advice after you finish the first row is to test if your head enter easily. If it's not, you can start at the beginning and making plus around 2 stitch for each part, okay? But if your head enter easily, you can continue. And for this part, every row begin and finish at the corner, and we join with slip stitch here into the chain 2, and then make 1 slip stitch into the next double crochet and 1 slip stitch into the chain 1 space. And now you begin the row number 2. Chain 2, make 1 double crochet, then chain 1 and also 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. And now you continue to make double crochet, but it's very important, the first double crochet after you make the corners is make here, okay? And continue to make double crochet in every stitch until you reach at the next corner. At the next corner, make into the chain 1 space 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, then continue to make double crochet in every stitch, make the corner and work all around. After you finish the row, here is where you join your slip stitch. You also make 1 double crochet and also 1 double crochet here, and then join with slip stitch into the chain 2, make again 1 slip stitch into the next double crochet and 1 slip stitch into the chain 1 space, and in total you make 4 rows. So I make 1, I begin the row number 2, and I work until I have 4 rows. After I finish, I will show you how to change the collar and how to make the puff stitch. I finish the first 4 rows and look how beautiful it is, even if it is only double crochet. And now you join with slip stitch into the chain 2, then make 1 slip stitch into the next double crochet, and then insert the crochet into the chain 1 space and take the second collar and finish with slip stitch, and then make 2 knots, 1 and 2, chain 2, 1, 2 is count as 1 double crochet, make again 1 double crochet, chain 1 and then 2 double crochet. The corners is make exactly the same, and now you skip 1 stitch into the next, make the puff stitch, 1 big loops, 1, 2 and 3, and join them. If you want to be a little big, you can make 4 times. I will show you. After you make the puff stitch, skip 1 into the next, make again 3 or 4 loops, big loops, 1, 2, 3, look, with 4, with the yarn that I use, it is too big. So I make only 3 times. So skip 1, 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, skip 1 into the next, make puff stitch, 1, 2 and 3. One more time, skip 1 and make the puff stitch, 2 and 3. See? Continue until you almost reach at the corner, because I will show you how to make it. When you make the puff stitch, after you make the corners, you begin with a puff stitch, but when we finish every part, we finish with 1 double crochet into the last stitch. But I work until I reach at the corner, and then I will show you how to continue. I almost finished, and look how beautiful it is with this variegated yarn. And here it is, the last puff stitch. So doesn't matter how many chain you make, will be exactly the same. So skip 1 and here into the last double crochet, make a normal double crochet. Okay, so for each part, after you make the corners, you begin with puff stitch and you finish with 1 double crochet into the last stitch, and then make the corner, 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, and now you skip 1 into the next, make the puff stitch as I show you. Okay, one more, skip 1 into the next, the puff stitch. See? And now you continue to work all around as I show you until you almost finish. And then I will show you one more time how to change the color and how to continue with the first color. I almost finished the row with puff stitch, and look how beautiful it is. And now it's time to change the color. One moment. Okay. So join with slip stitch into the chain 2, make 1 slip stitch into the double crochet, then insert the crochet into the chain 1 space and make the last slip stitch with the first color. Chain 2, 1, 2, and make 1 double crochet, chain 1 and then 2 double crochet. Make the first stitch, and now you make 1 double crochet here in this space, 1 double crochet into the puff stitch. One double crochet into the space, 1 double crochet into the puff stitch. One more time, 1 double crochet into the space, 1 double crochet into the puff stitch. Okay, when you reach at the corner, here it is 1 double crochet, then 1 into the space, and then double crochet work normally. Okay, and then make the corner and continue as I show you. And from now on you make 3 rows, 1, 2, 3 with the first color, and then 1 row with puff stitch until you obtain the space for your arms. And how to calculate the space for your arms? Measure at the shoulders until you reach underarm. For example, in my case, my model has at the shoulders until underarm has 16 centimeter, but I work until I have 17 centimeter. So with 1 or maybe 2 centimeter in plus, no more. Okay, so look, until now I have 9 centimeter, and I work until I have 17 centimeter or 34. 17 multiplied with 2 is 34, but it's more simple like that. At the shoulders until underarm, and then measure. Okay, and after I obtain the space for the arms, I will show you how to join the corners, and also if you don't obtain the length for the back and for the front, it's okay, because I will show you how to make a little big for the front and for the back. Okay, look how beautiful it is until now, and I work until I have in my case 16 centimeter, because my model is a small person. But here I don't obtain the number of centimeter that I need. I need 38, but I have only 35, and in this case I will change between the corners. I will change 7, but you can change 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, etc., etc. Okay, you only work until you obtain your space for your arm, not until you obtain the length for the back and for the front. Okay, so only until you obtain the length, the space for your arms. And after you obtain the space for your arms, it's time to join the corners, and we continue the next part of this sweater. And here into the corner, chain 2, 1, 2, and make 1 double crochet. Then in my case I chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And you take the next corner and into the next corner make 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, and then continue to make double crochet in every stitch. Okay, it's more easy to join the corners when you make double crochet. Okay, so try to join the corners of the row with double crochet. Okay, now you continue to make double crochet until you reach at the next corner. In this corner make 2 double crochet and then chain the number that you need, and into the last corner make again 2 double crochet, and then continue until you reach here at the chain 2, and then I will show you how to continue. I almost finished the row, and now you join with slip stitch into the chain 2, then make 1 slip stitch into the next double crochet, and now we need to begin the next row exactly in the middle here, because when we finish and begin every row, we need to finish and begin exactly in the middle, and you make slip stitch until you reach in the middle. In my case I need to make 4 slip stitch. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and now chain 2, 1, 2. From now on the chain 2, when you make the rows with double crochet, don't count, okay, and into the same stitch make double crochet, and continue to make double crochet in every stitch all around. Okay, I will make some. One more. Okay, continue to make double crochet all around. Here where you chain, you also make double crochet until you finish the row, until you almost finish the row. Okay, and then I will show you how to finish and how to begin the next row. I almost finished this row, and now if your next row is a row with double crochet, you make like that. After you make the last stitch, join with slip stitch here into the first double crochet. Okay, don't join into the chain 2 as we make until now at the corner. Okay, so join with slip stitch into the first double crochet, then chain 2, 1, 2, and also into the same stitch make double crochet, and then continue. Okay, so this is the last stitch, and then you join with slip stitch into the first double crochet. And if your last next row it is, as in my case, with puff stitch, you make like that. You also insert the crochet into the first double crochet and change the color. And join with slip stitch with the color that you use. Okay? Chain 1, 2, and also 1 for the one space. And this is 1 stitch, you skip 1 stitch, and into the next make puff stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 1 more puff stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. For example, after you finish this row with puff stitch, if you need to make a puff stitch into the last stitch, don't make it. You make only 1 double crochet. And if you make 1 double crochet, you join with slip stitch into the chain 2. 1, 2. You join here, okay? And then chain 2 and into the same stitch. Make 1 double crochet and then 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space and make as I show you until now, okay? And now you continue to work until you almost obtain the length that you need. For example, I need the length to be 56 centimeters, but I work until I have 50 or 51 because this difference is made with the edge, okay? So work as I show you until you almost obtain the length, and then I will show you how to make the edge. I finish this part and look how beautiful it is, and I work until I almost obtain the length. And now it's time to make the bottom edge. This edge is very simple. It's made with front post double crochet and back post double crochet, and also the same edge we use at the collar and also after we finish the sleeve. But first I will show you how to make it. Chain 2, this chain 2 don't count, and into the first stitch make 1 front post double crochet, into the next stitch 1 back post double crochet, into the next stitch 1 front post double crochet, into the next stitch 1 back post double crochet. One more time, 1 front post double crochet, 1 back post double crochet. Okay, continue all around until you finish the row. When you finish the row, you join with slip stitch here into the first front post double crochet, then chain 2 and continue to make so many rows you need. In my case, I will make around 5 centimeters. But if you want to be a little small or a little big, you can make it so many rows you need. After I finish the edge, I will show you how to make the collar. Even if you work with the same stitch, we need to make some decrease, and I will show you how to make it. I finished the edge. Look how beautiful it is, and it's matched perfect with the sweater. And now it's time to make the collar. The collar is made exactly with the same stitch that you make at the bottom edge, with the mention that in every part we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. We need to make one decrease, or we can decrease here at the corner, and I think will be more beautiful if you decrease here at the corner, but I will show you. Take your yarn. You can begin wherever you want. For me, this part will be the back side. Okay? And make a slip knot. Insert the crochet wherever you want. Okay. Chain 2, 1 and 2. This chain 2 don't count, okay? And into the same stitch make 1 front post double crochet, into the next stitch 1 back post double crochet, into the next stitch front post double crochet, next stitch back post double crochet. One moment until I reach at the corner. Look, at the corner we have 2 stitch here, 2 stitch here. It's very important. And now, in my case, I need to make 1 front post double crochet, and I insert the crochet and I take all this stitch who it is in the corner. One more. And look how it is. And will be perfect. Continue to make as I show you. Don't forget to decrease at the corner and make so many rows you need. At this moment I don't know how many rows I need, but I think I will make around 4 or maybe 5 rows. After I finish the collar, I make one sleeve, and then I will show you how to make the sleeve. I finished the collar, and look how beautiful it is. and also I make the sleeve. As you can see, I put some stitch markers. This first stitch marker is for first row that I make at the sleeve, and the next stitch marker is where I decrease every time when I decrease. But at the beginning, at the sleeve, at the first row, I make 4 decrease at the beginning, 4 decrease at the end of the row. Then at the next row, in my case is a row with double crochet, so at the next row I make 3 decrease at the beginning, 3 decrease at the end of the row. Then the next row with puff stitch I work normally, and at this row I make 2 decrease at the beginning, 2 decrease at the end of the row, and at this next row I make 1 decrease at the beginning, 1 decrease at the end of the row, and then I work until I reach at the next group with 3 rows with double crochet, and here at every row here I make 1 decrease at the beginning, 1 decrease at the end of the row. So first you make 1, 2, 3, 4 decrease at the beginning, 4 decrease at the end. Then 1, 2, 3 decrease at the beginning, 3 decrease at the end of the row. Then 2 decrease at the beginning, 2 decrease at the end, and then 1 decrease at the beginning, 1 decrease at the end, and then continue as I tell you. And now you begin the sleeve exactly in the middle of the chain that you make when you join the corners, okay? And make a slip knot and insert the crochet. Okay. Chain 2, the chain 2 don't count. And now you make 4 decrease. One unfinished double crochet into the next stitch, one unfinished double crochet, join them into 1. This is first decrease. 1 unfinished double crochet into the next stitch, 1 unfinished double crochet, join them into 1, the decrease number 2, 1 unfinished double crochet, 2 unfinished double crochet, join them into 1. One more, 1 unfinished double crochet, 2 unfinished double crochet, join them into 1, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 decrease. And now you continue to work normally until you have at the end of the row 8 stitch, and then make again 4 decrease. I will make this row and then I will show you one more time how to decrease. But if your first row is at the sleeve is with puff stitch, you work normally and then begin to decrease, okay? I almost finished the row and look, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 decrease at the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4 decrease at the end of the row. And now you join with slip stitch here into the first decrease. Okay? Chain 2, 1, 2, and at this next row we make 3 decrease and make 1 unfinished double crochet into the next stitch, 1 unfinished double crochet, join them into 1, the decrease number 1. To decrease and 1 more, 3 decrease, and now you continue to work all around until you have at the end of the row 6 stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, okay? And then make 3 decrease and don't forget to put a stitch marker at the first row. After you finish this row, for example, in my case, look, I make 1 row with puff stitch and I work normally exactly how it is, and then at the next row I make 2 decrease at the beginning, 2 decrease at the end of the row, and at the next row I make 1 decrease at the beginning, 1 decrease at the end of the row, and then I work until I reach at the next group with 3 rows with double crochet, and the decrease you always make into the row number 2, okay? And you make 1 decrease at the beginning, 1 decrease at the end of the row, and this sleeve is long up to elbow, okay? So measure at the shoulders until you reach at the elbow and make minus 4-5 centimeters and work until you almost obtain the length, and then make the same edge that I show you with front post and back post double crochet, and make around 4-5 centimeters. After you finish the edge, your sleeve is ready. And also after you make the second sleeve, the sweater is ready. I hope you like it. If you like my work, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and bye bye.